If you're like me, you're probably sick of watching 20 YouTube tutorials only to forget them all the next day, unless you take extensive notes. You keep bouncing between YouTube, articles, manuals, but still can't find where that one key step was. And without a faster way of integrating and applying the right info, learning new skills can feel like wading through quicksand. This one free tool helped me master video editing, improve my Spanish, and fix an expensive fountain pen without a single tutorial. Let me show you how it works and why it might change the way you learn anything from now on. Here's the problem with trying to learn something new, especially if you're over 50. Tutorials are 45 minutes long, but you only need one step. Articles pile up in your bookmarks and you never check them again. Manuals are hundreds of pages and you just want a single answer. It's not a lack of motivation, it's information chaos. What we need is structure, clarity, a way to learn on our own terms, and that's exactly what this tool gives you. That tool is NotebookLM. It's a free tool by Google with the possibility of getting the paid version, and it's unlike any other tool I've ever used before. I'll be using the free version of this tool in this video. So what you do is you upload your own learning materials, PDFs, transcripts, blog posts, articles, whatever you've been using before, and it turns them into your personal learning assistant. What you get are either step-by-step guides, long report, nice mind map to connect all the ideas, summaries written in plain languages, and suggestions for extra sources that you didn't even know existed. It adapts to you, whether you're a visual person or a checklist person like me, or someone who just wants the big picture first. You can check out my video in the descriptions. I've put the link for a tour of what NotebookLM can do, but today I'll walk you through 3 amazing use cases. Learning the basics of DaVinci Resolve, a complicated yet fun editing software, enhancing your Spanish comprehension with a little help from ChatGPT, and getting to the bottom of fountain pen cleaning. I've always wanted to learn video editing, and now with a new channel, I really had to learn quickly at least the basics. But DaVinci Resolve, it's powerful and totally overwhelming. I came to NotebookLM, I posted 30 YouTube video links in the sources area here, and what you do is you click add, here we go, and you upload the sources. As you can see here, there's YouTube, so you click there, and then you paste the YouTube URL there. So that's what I did, and it generated a summary. And after that, I asked NotebookLM here in Discover to add more materials. NotebookLM pulled 10 more, including official guides I hadn't even known existed. Then what I did is I asked it to prepare a step-by-step workflow for editing a long-form video. And what I did is I actually went into reports here, I clicked there, and it generated this report. I'll just move this a bit somewhere here, okay? So here we go. The report is very extensive. It's a clean guide organized by workflow. So it's from understanding the interface to B-roll to exporting, and it's all structured logically. So if you look here, getting started, project setup, organization, it's amazing. And what you can do is you click here, you copy it, and then you paste it in a document. And that's what I do now when I'm editing videos. I have this path or this workflow that I can follow. And the mind map, you click here, I'll just minimize here, you click on mind map, and the mind map really showed how all the pieces work together. So I wasn't just memorizing steps, I was actually understanding the whole process. And if I was stuck, I could simply click here, for example, in primary adjustments, I could click on one of the boxes in the mind map, and then it generates a summary explaining what I had trouble with in much more detail. Here you go. So you have all how to use those color wheels, and amazing. For the first time, video editing actually clicked for me. Second example is Spanish, enhancing Spanish. So I'd been studying Spanish for a while now, and I'm not a beginner, but I'm definitely not fluent. So I need a bit more help in terms of getting the pronunciation right, so listening, and especially conversing. But the podcasts sometimes move too fast, the textbooks get really repetitive. So what I did is I went into NotebookLM and I uploaded some sources, short stories and sources that I found that were at my level. And then I asked NotebookLM to generate an audio overview narrated in Spanish. So you go here and I chose the deep dive, I chose the language, and in this one I went into Español Mexico. And then I went shorter. I asked for a shorter one. I didn't want it to be too long. So you customize this, and then this is what it came up with.
Bien, recursos en línea, cuentos, textos bilingües, hay de todo un poco.
Bastante variado, sí.
La idea es, pues,
So this is Mexican Spanish, and it really, really helps. So what I did after is I went into, you can go either in those three dots here or in the three dots in the document itself or the podcast, and you can download this. And what I did is I uploaded the podcast in ChatGPT to get a transcription, et voila. So now I listened once in the morning, the podcast, then I read the transcription to see the words that I had difficulty with, and then I listened again at night. And the repetition really builds understanding naturally. And because it's real language and not gamified phrases, my comprehension is finally getting better. So it feels like immersion, but designed for my level. And finally, the third example is my beloved fountain pen. So I bought a beautiful fountain pen, and 2 weeks in, skipping ink, scratchy nib, total panic. So I uploaded maintenance guides here in the sources, blog posts, forum threads, everything I could find, really. And NotebookLM, I went into let me move this if I can, the reports. I simply clicked on reports. And that's really interesting because if you click on reports, they give you some types of reports that you can really, really customize as well. So I chose the how-to guide here, and I did customize it a bit, but not too much, because I wanted a step-by-step really how to disassembly the pen and clean it, and the different types of inks as well I wanted to know about a bit more. So this is what it came up with. So in here you have advanced protocol for fountain pen maintenance. You have everything. So the foundation, pen hygiene recommendation, how often you should clean them. So NotebookLM gave me a clear disassembly and cleaning walkthrough. And even better, it explained how nib size and ink viscosity and paper actually interact, and that report was great. Then I went, let me move this here. Here we go. So then I went and I asked them to generate a video. And in this case, I didn't really customize it, but I just clicked on it. And this is the video that it made. Move this up.
All right, let's get right into it. You know, in a world dominated by keyboards, glowing screens, and posts that vanish in 24 hours, there's this one piece of old school tech that just refused to go away. In fact, it's making a huge comeback. We're talking about the incredible, unlikely story of the fountain pen.
So it was great because it made that video explaining the history of fountain pens and inks, and I immediately shared it with friends and my husband who really don't understand the appeal of buying expensive pens. And it even suggested a manufacturer PDF I didn't even know existed. So it gave me the confidence to use my precious babies without worrying about damaging them when I clean them or I change the ink. I use the same simple process for every skill. Step one is upload resources, whether it's YouTube URLs or transcripts, blog posts, PDFs, website links, even my own documents. Step two, NotebookLM generates outputs, guides, reports, podcasts, videos, summaries, and mind maps. And then step three is you ask questions like, what's next? Or why does this matter? It's really like having 24/7 access to a tutor that's read everything, but only gives you what is actually useful. And I've tested this on also a number of other areas, but two that I might mention is photography. So you download the manual. My husband has a nice camera, the manual and a couple of YouTube videos, and finally what to do about the aperture clicks. Or gardening. I've downloaded some PDFs and blogs, and finally my husband's tomatoes are thriving. The pattern's always the same. Upload, generate, ask. And every time I walk away knowing just enough to move forward, but not drown in details. So what is stopping most of us? I'm not tech savvy. Well, if you can drag and drop, you can do this. I don't have time. It's literally 10 to 15 minutes. But I want to learn something that is very super niche. Well, it doesn't matter. I can tell you, it works for woodworking even. So if there's content out there, it works. Is it really free? Yeah, no catch. Google's covering it, but you can try the paid version if you want. I haven't even reached the limit of the free version yet. So it's great, free. So try this. Pick one skill you've been putting off. Gather three to five sources you already have, a PDF, a blog post, an article. Upload these to NotebookLM, click generate, and listen or scan. And that first 10 minutes will teach you more than an hour of passive scrolling. The link is in the description, notebooklm.google.com. And just to say, we're not too old to learn new things. We just need better tools. And now we have them. What skill are you going to learn next? Tell me in the comments. And if this helped out, hit subscribe. I test AI tools like this one every week for lifelong learners like us. See you next week.